Hello everyone, my name is Abhishek and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'll introduce you to a very interesting Kubernetes utility. It's called K9s. I'll first explain what is it and then I'll show you through a demo how exactly it works. Basically, what is K9s? So K9s provides a terminal interface for your Kubernetes clusters. Let's say you have 4 to 5 Kubernetes clusters across different environments like dev, stage, production. On day-to-day basis, you switch between these clusters. And obviously, if you are not using K9s, you usually go with kubectl command and you use the kubectl config to switch the context. Not only that, once you switch to the cluster, you might have to access the pods, you might have to check the status of some resources, you might want to check the logs of the pods. So on day-to-day basis, you run a lot of kubectl commands. What some DevOps engineers do, they create a lot of aliases so that they can reduce the time. Because every time you have to run a kubectl command, you have to remember the command, you have to switch between the clusters. So they create some aliases to basically increase their efficiency. But what KNNS does for you, it provides a terminal user interface where you don't have to create any alias or even you don't have to remember any kubectl command. Just use the user interface on your terminal, use your keyboard arrows, and you have everything done. I'll show you in demo, but this is a very interesting utility. In fact, I have been using this for a lot of years now. I got introduced to it when I was working at Red Hat, but somehow I did not get a chance to make a video on it. Today, when I am talking to someone on my community, I got to know K9s is new to a lot of people. So that's when I decided I'll make a video on it. And coming to the point, it's completely free, it is open source, and it is secure as well. You can also use it at your enterprise or at your office. Perfect. Now, let's see it in action. Now that we understand what is K9s, it's a terminal user interface for your Kubernetes clusters to access and manage your clusters. Perfect. Let's look at the demo part. We will start with the installation part. Installation is very straightforward. If you're using Mac, you can just run the command brew install K9s. If you're using Windows, you can just run choco install K9s. Or if you're using WSL, don't worry, I'll share the instructions in the description. I'll share the GitHub repository link, which has the installation related steps. Now, once this is installed, obviously we need Kubernetes clusters. I already have a couple of clusters that are active. If I just do kind get clusters, these are the clusters that I created with kind. Even I created some clusters with vCluster and I have some stale clusters on my machine. Overall, I must have some 10 to 20 clusters on this machine. Now, if I enter K9s, this is the command to start terminal user interface. You will notice. So K9s is started and it is showing all the clusters that are on my machine. I can easily switch to the cluster, whatever I want. Right now, it is pointing to ABC cluster. This comes from the kubectl context itself. If I just do kubectl config current context, so it is pointing to ABC cluster. K9s is showing the same thing. The star here represents the same thing. See how easy it is to switch between the cluster. I'll just scroll down. I'll go to the Abhivir cluster. There you go. So this is the Abhivir cluster and these are different namespaces on the Abhivir cluster. I can even scroll down, go to a particular namespace. For example, I'll go to kube system namespace. These are all the pods on the namespace. Now let me go to one of the pod. Okay, I'll just go to kube proxy pod. And in fact, the commands are showing up here. So these are basically shortcuts. If I have to take shell for this pod, that is if I have to exec to this pod, usually you have to remember the command kubectl exec -it pod name followed by the namespace. Here, just run S. So on the keyboard, I just hit the S alphabet and now I got the shell to the pod. Abhishek, how do you go back? Just press Ctrl C. or just do exit, you will get out of the pod. And if you want to go back, so right now you are in the namespace, you are in a pod, you are in a container. Just press Q on your keyboard, you will get back to the pods. Again press Q, you will get back to the namespace. Again press Q, or no, you can just do Control C as well. You will exit out of your KNS completely. Let's do it again to explore more features. Abhishek, let's say I'm on some other page and I want to see list of Kubernetes clusters. How can I do it? So there are shortcuts here as well. Just press shift followed by colon. Okay, so you get this bar. You just have to press shift followed by colon. And here within the bar, just run CTX. CTX stands for context. And that will show the list of clusters for you. You can be on any page. Okay. Then use the navigation bar, go to any cluster of your choice. And then let's say you want list of namespaces. Okay, you are already in the cluster. Maybe you are looking at the pods in a particular namespace, something like this. And now you want to go back to the namespaces. Again, press shift followed by colon, and in the space bar, just run NS. NS stands for namespace, and you will see the list of namespaces. Within all namespaces, you want to see the pods. Just press colon and write pod here. You will see the list of the pods, right? It takes hardly 2 to 3 hours for you to master KNS. And once you master it, now here I want to check the logs of the code DNS. I don't need to remember kubectl logs command. I'll just press L and I can see the logs. Imagine how useful it is. You might have multiple Kubernetes clusters. Just do CTX, go to cluster of your choice. Within no time, you can get to the pods, you can get to the logs, you can get to the shell, right? In fact, you can perform operations where you can instantly switch between the namespaces, everything using this single KNS utility. If you're not using this, what is your other option? Is to go with kubectl, right? Kubectl is also good, but you have to remember a lot of commands. So my suggestion is that you can be learning Kubernetes, or you're already using Kubernetes in your organization. Install the KNS utility. It is free, it is open source, it is completely secure. So get started with it. Now this is the video for today. Go through the KNS documentation. You can explore more shortcuts. You can explore more options that it supports. If you found this video informative, let me know in the comment section. See you all in the next video. Take care.